Hey guys, and welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. It's the weekend, which means only one thing: it's time for that weekly news roundup. As always, we will begin with FPGA gaming news, the MiSTer, the Analogue Pocket, and any other FPGA gaming news out there that's worth reporting. After that, we will move over to some random and retro gaming news. Timestamps have been made available, so use those to navigate your way around the video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, then a subscription and a like is super duper appreciated. If you wish to support the channel further, I do have a Patreon set up. Don't forget to check out the sponsor of the weekly news show, MiSTer Add-ons, an absolutely awesome family-run store that'll take care of all your MiSTer needs. And finally, before we pack it up, pack it in, and we begin, check out London's best arcade, Free Play City. Anyway guys, let's see what's been happening in the world of retro and FPGA gaming. This Friday we got a JT Friday, and we got an additional game for the Sega System 18 core. This core is currently in beta, and the game that we got is Desert Breaker. I did a dedicated video on this game yesterday, especially with my buddy asking when do we get to break the desert. Play this now guys, it's quite a tough game I have to say, but you can go into the dip switches and put the difficulty down to easy. Even then it is rather difficult. It's quite a unique game. I kind of like the fact that when you die and you continue, you keep your power-ups, because usually in games when you die you come back as a peasant. It has a good dash and it has a good leveling up bomb system. Overall the game is a lot of fun, and hopefully soon, obviously don't take this as gospel, but where more and more releases are coming out for the Sega System 18, I personally feel that this is a core that will get a public release soon. But meantime, all the Patreon supporters enjoy Desert Breaker on your MiSTer FPGA and your Analogue Pocket. The footage here is from the MiSTer FPGA. It runs well. I found that in the current beta, the sound balancing, some places it was high, some places it was low, and that's the fun of betas. We test them out, we report back the issues, and they get resolved before these are released to the public. But anyway guys, enjoy your weekend, enjoy Desert Breaker. What was really cool guys, in the latest Patreon post, Tego spoke about the roadmap, or some specifics, some big systems that he is targeting for the year 2025, and one of the games he'd like to bring over is this one here, Run and Gun. And when you hear the title, you think it's a gun game, right? You think you're going to see a guy with a gun shooting stuff. No, Run and Gun is a basketball game. Someone actually explained to me that, you know, when you get tactics in basketball, there is a tactic called Run and Gun. So I think from that aspect it makes sense. So this is one of the big systems that Tego and his team will be targeting this year. The next game that he mentioned in his roadmap, or the other game mentioned, or the other system, sorry, I should say mentioned, is the CPS3 system. Sorry, CPS3 really just means third strike for me. I mean, I like the other games on there, but this is the one that I play. So Hatego said that this is one of the systems that he is working on, the big systems for the year 2025. And it's good to see that again appearing in a Patreon post. It just means that yes, Hatego is actively on this. Now, what's a little bit disheartening, and hopefully it won't be the case, but you never know, Hatego did say that in the case of Run and Gun, he expects that to fit on like the MiSTer, the Analogue Pocket and the other devices, but in regard to the CPS3 system, it may not be able to fit on the MiSTer. Hatego is not an exclusive developer for any particular system. He likes to get his calls out to as many FPGA gaming systems out there, so I'm really hoping it does make an appearance for the MiSTer FPGA. But if it doesn't, just kind of keep it in the back of your head that potentially there may be a new, more powerful FPGA system that this will work on. So either way, I'll keep you guys updated. There may be some things I know and I can't actually discuss, but yeah, CPS3 it's looking exciting. It looks like 2025 is going to be the year of CPS3, whether it's going to be on the MiSTer or something else yet to be confirmed. What's always nice from Hatego and his team is the quality of life and other improvements that we get. Last week we saw the release of Laser Ghost for the Sega System 18. Now on that, when you first launch the core, you go into a calibration mode when you first launch the game, and in order to exit that you need to have a keyboard connected and you need to press F2. Now I understand, or I'm sure Hatego and his team understand, not everyone out there has a keyboard connected to the MiSTer FPGA every single time. I mean, I do pretty much all the time, but maybe some people don't. So what Hatego and his team have done is they have added an option in the on-screen display where you can toggle that calibration menu off and on, or you can exit it without the requirement of a keyboard plugged in. And it's little changes like this that just go a long way into making the user experience, well, just so much better. Annie, if you're watching, I hope. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Okay guys, please don't unsubscribe, but hey man, when I see MJ, I get a lot of nostalgia, not just because hey, I liked MJ music growing up, but the fact that we're looking at Moonwalker, an amazing arcade game, and also got to give a shout out to the Mega Drive game. It was good, but we're here talking about miscellaneous fixes from Harringay and team. So we've got fixed Player 3 becomes transparent when he stands in front of a hostage in Moonwalker, so that has been fixed. If you're lucky enough to have friends around when you're playing this game, especially an additional 2 friends, and you experience that, that should be gone. Then the next fix is fixed sprites horizontally displaced in Alien Storm. And then we've got fixed ghost sprites tear up when running fast in Pac-Land. And then we have fixed screen is offset by 1 pixel in Riders. I think that's JT Sunset Riders. And the final one here, fixed PCM volume in Quartet. Anyway, play Moonwalker, man. Still holds up so darn well. Hee hee. Harringay in the last week has been putting out a lot of tweets. I recommend you follow him over on X if you have an account, X Twitter account. There's always a lot of useful information and information about games and upcoming calls. But this one in particular was really interesting, where Harringay says, we expect to make more progress soon for uncovering the true nature of the video priority check, and therefore adding compatibility for the games remaining to come out for JTS 18. So that is the Sega System 18. And he mentions 3 games there. One of them is Where's Wally? I am not interested in playing that in the slightest. I can't ever imagine going to an arcade game and thinking, guess what, I want to play Where's Wally or Where's Waldo. I think that's how you guys know it in the USA. Hey, cool if that's your game. That's not my game. But hey, DD Crew is a good brawler. Looking forward to that, right? But look guys, from a preservation standpoint, I want all of this system. I get it, right? Where's Wally's not for me, but I'm sure it's for somebody else. So DD Crew, yeah, looking forward to that. And the final game in that bracket, and likely there might be more there, I haven't got the list to hand, Desert Breaker. Desert Breaker is obviously what we got released. So it's really, really interesting. Hopefully we will get these other titles, yes, including Where's Wally, and hopefully this will get a public release soon. You're probably thinking, Pixel, why the heck are you showing us this when you don't even know what it is? Honestly, I don't know what it is, but whenever Furrtek posts these shots, like, I'm not really into an art. I've been to art galleries, I tried to culture myself, but when I went in there, all I saw was stuff that did not interest me. However, if I did have a liking for art, this is the kind of stuff that I would like. I mean, I could essentially stick that up on my wall, and when people will ask me, what the heck is that? I'll be like, don't ask me, man, it is art. But anyway, Furrtek here, new trace cloud just because it looks pretty. And I agree, Furrtek, it looks very pretty, keeping the details a surprise. So interesting to see what this will be. I wonder what system it is. Absolutely awesome. Remember, Furrtek does a lot of reverse engineering work for the community. You know, especially for like Harringay, other developers have benefited from it as well, because Furrtek does leave a lot of his work open source. But yeah, looking forward to work with this. But in the meantime, enjoy this beautiful picture we have here. Cast your mind back, guys, when we were kids and we used to watch our cartoons, right? Saturday morning cartoons, or the cartoons when we came home from school. And one of my favorite cartoons was Thunder Fox. Remember the theme tune? Thunder, 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 thunder fox, feel the power, feel the roar, Thunder Fox are here. Ooh. You had like Lino Fox, Tiger Fox, Pantro Fox, Chitara Fox, all of the mishmash, absolutely brilliant. So now we have Thunder Fox the game, guys. It is the latest addition to the title F2 core, which has been brought over to the MiSTer FPGA by the excellent developer Wicker Wacker. Now in his notes he says, the title F2 core now supports Thunder Fox. Also fixed some priority issues in Pulley Ruler. Pulley Ruler was or is the brawler that looks like a Studio Ghibli made brawler. Then Wicker Wacker goes on to say more accurate TC0360PRI implementation, and then the final point, added support for MAME keyboard encoders. Anyway guys, after I do this week's video, I need to go watch myself some Thunder Fox. Oh. Last week we mentioned that the CD-I core has now hit update tools. There's been a recent Patreon post from the developer where they share a few thoughts about it. I'll leave a link to it. You can read that post. It's a public post, and consider supporting the developer if you do appreciate and enjoy their work. But in particular, they're talking about DVC implementation into this core and how it is quite the challenge. Naturally, they're going to try and tackle it, so stay tuned to them over on Patreon or over on the MiSTer FPGA Discord server, and hopefully this is something we can get in the future. I mean, honestly, it's amazing that we've got CD-I core. From what I understand, it is a complex system. Even though I don't have the love for it, it's always fun testing out new systems on the MiSTer FPGA. Amiga Vision. We love the Amiga Vision, right? Beautiful front end on our MiSTer FPGA and the Analogue Pocket that just, well, it gives us a really good Amiga experience. Well, guess what the Amiga Vision front end runs on? This is the back end, the Mini-Meg core, the Amiga core for the MiSTer FPGA, and that has received an update with some also config fixes where you can see them on screen. Some improvements to the TG68K, as well as that implemented TLD clock bug, fixes music on Pit Fighter. I need to test that the Amiga version. Is it any good? Because the arcade game was janky, but I kind of like it. And Torvak the Warrior. So there you go, updated framework as well. Some updates to the Amiga core. If you're an Amiga fan, test it out. You may notice some good improvements. Some really cool news here for someone that may have ordered a MiSTer Multisystem 2, or someone that is thinking about ordering a MiSTer Multisystem 2. As far as I know, the pre-orders are still open and they intend to start shipping in August on a first come first serve basis. So the sooner you place your order, the sooner your order ships. The actual system is very, very reasonably priced, as are the shipping costs for this. So Richard Horn over here says we are adding more Prusa 3D Core 1 3D printers into our print farm. We have boxes everywhere, but so easy to get them running straight out of the box. These new Core 1 machines are keeping up with MiSTer Multisystem 2 production printing. So there you go, absolutely fantastic news, and nice to see that more production for these devices has ramped up. The PC Engine core for the MiSTer FPGA has received a massive update. Don't worry guys, on the side of the Analogue Pocket, someone has actually kind of updated the core. It's available on the FPGA Gaming Discord. I have got a video, a live stream on my channel that I did because I wanted to play some PC Engine. I've got all the links in there, so just kind of seek that out. But what's really interesting here is this core completely rewritten CPU and VDC for cycle accuracy. There's a whole bunch of other changes in there. I'm not going to read those out, but just know that the core has been updated. I mean, I already thought it was a fantastic core. PC Engine is my favorite console of all time. I have decided it is my favorite console, and I've always had a blast playing it on both the MiSTer and the Analogue Pocket, and it's nice to see MiSTer getting these updates and then getting implemented, or someone taking them over using the bitstream and implementing it to the Analogue Pocket core as well. PC Engine is a fantastic system. If you haven't played it, play it guys. If you like arcade games, you're gonna love it. Like, this was like my arcade at home. That's how much I enjoyed and loved the PC Engine. I saw this post on Reddit and I was intrigued, but guys, understand, like, I am so limited for time, you know, with my full-time job, you know, hanging out with the kids, helping the wife with stuff, and having a mother with dementia, and in between all of that full-time job, actually doing videos, like, I literally have no time to myself. So there's stuff that I want to look into, but I can't because of time restraints. But hey, I can report it and you guys can have a look at it. So this one over here, where someone says, I spent all week working on this script for scanning your MiSTer over the network via FTP and creating .bat or batch files to function as emulators and ROMs in order to support launching games from an outside application such as Launchbox. Let me know what you guys think. So what's really interesting over here is you've got your MiSTer. It's got network access because obviously you can access games over your NAS, for example, and you've kind of got that built into a front end. And when you launch something from there, it kind of gives a command to your MiSTer to launch and play those games. I mean, it sounds really interesting. I'll leave a link to this Reddit post. Yeah, have a look at it and feel free to educate me and other viewers in the comments. But the idea sounds interesting because I have to say, before I got into FPGA gaming, I really liked Launchbox. I subscribed to the lifetime license, I subscribed to EMU Movies lifetime license, and I built myself like a massive like emulation integration front end that runs everything. It was very easy to use, even though I did spend some time customizing it. I really do like Launchbox. I like Big Box. I think it makes emulation look really, really pretty. And if that's got some kind of integration there, where now you've got a branch of it where you look at the games that are on a MiSTer, you launch them, or when you go to launch a game, say Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja, you've got the option. You want to play it on RetroArch, you want to play it on MAME, or hey, there's a MiSTer call for it. Do you want to launch that and play it? Again, interesting. Love seeing innovation in the section, and it's users like yourself. There's people that have knowledge, that have an idea, and they want to implement that into something. So well done there, Jacob. Another Reddit post here from Hans Tweaker, and he is quite the tweaker because he's here saying, I couldn't find a MiSTer MIDI board, so I made one. And here you go, they've got shots of it over here. And if you're interested in making yourself this MiSTer MIDI board, well, guess what? There's a GitHub link in the description which will give you instructions on how you can set this out. And here you go, video of board in action with brief description. So if you want to check this out, check it out. If you want a MIDI board, it's out there for you to check out. Well done, Hans. And what has Analogue been up to? So this is a guy that makes wallpapers. He makes NFC related stuff that's compatible with the Zaparoo project. And overall, his work is really, really awesome. So NFC cards for arcade games in a Switch case with custom cover art, regular NFC cards for game, mini NFC for arcade credit. So guys, that's pretty awesome, right? You've got a Switch style case, NFC card launches the game, and the Switch like NFC cartridge style card like gives you a credit in the game. Really do like how all of this is being used. So the mini card fits perfectly in the Switch cartridge slot, so that's fantastic. You'll have to get yourself some Switch cases and whatnot. But yeah, Analogue's done a good case of this. Open it up, launch it up, and play your game. But hey, that's not all, right? If game covers for Switch cases on GitHub, so I think these are the 3D designs if you want to get them done for yourself, or everything about it. All these links will be in the description. There'll be a heap of them today. And what's really interesting here now, so Zaparoo, which we've mainly used for launching games, well, guess what? You can now launch movies with it using stuff like Kodi, or like, what's that, LibreElec or Libre? Sorry, I'm not too familiar with that. Or Core Elec. Is that like a core that runs within Kodi? Sorry, man. I use a bit of Plex, but I really am a noob to all this stuff. In fact, I'm so bad with Plex, I have to get my kids to like get everything working, right? I can do the back end, they do the front end. So again, movie card. So you can imagine if you've got like a massive amount of movies on your server and guests come around and they want to watch something, you can have all these NFC cards there listed alphabetically or by genre, and people pick them out, they put it on the NFC reader, and bada bing bada bo, it just launches that movie up. And there you go, you can have them in cases as well, so they look like your typical cassette. Remember the tape cassettes when we used to record songs on the radio and we used to try and cut out the DJ's voice so we just had the lyrical flow to make your mind blow? There you go, so you can have stuff like that in there. And there you go, that's the Zaparoo project here, where it's got more details on there. Again, I'll leave all these links in the description if you are interested in this. If you've got yourself a server of some kind, you want to launch your movies via NFC, well, it looks like your day has come. And finally here, okay, printed NFC cards now available on my Ko-fi shop. If you don't have a printer and you want to support Analogue, you can buy his cards from him. They're reasonably priced, then he can do orders exactly to your liking. Speak to the guy, he's very approachable, very kind, and very useful. And finally here, there is a 10% off voucher for his Otaku shop, and there are actually Pixel Cherry Ninja Mr. Is King stickers on there. If you want to get them, it supports the channel, it supports Anime0t4ku, and you get some stickers that you can stick around letting everybody know that Mr. is the king. This tweet here from Sipeed, they've got a sale on all their stuff with up to 17% off. So if you wanted to get yourself a Tang console, they're currently at 10% off. And if you wanted to get yourself, well, different kind of tech and FPGA related items, check this out. So yeah, mid-year spot discount sale is on, up to 17%, with 10% of that being on the Tang console, which is already like cheap, so you can get it 10% cheaper should you want one. We all know the name Falco Gurgis. This is the awesome developer that's brought us over games to the Dreamcast that at one point were thought impossible. We are talking about the Grand Theft Auto games 3 and Vice City. Well, as well as that, they're bringing over Super Mario 64 over to the Dreamcast, man. Nintendo exclusive, hitting a Sega Dreamcast, what is the world coming to? But not just that, guys. Here we go. Look, we've got Mario Kart 64 heading over to Dreamcast as well. And here's some more footage of the Rainbow Roads in Mario 64, but on the Dreamcast, looking really, really good. And no doubt these ports will take advantage of the extra horsepower that the Dreamcast brings. And Mario is floating down into oblivion there. What have we got over here? This is really, really cool as well. Yes, Sonic is coming back home, guys. Sonic Mania Plus on the Dreamcast, and it runs fantastically well. It just looks superb, running at 60 FPS. I mean, amazing. Yep. Just when you're disappointed Sega Dreamcast wasn't getting more games, guess what? Falco Gurgis has got you covered, and those games are coming. But what's even super duper amazing, by the time this video is out, look, we're 5 hours away, right? We're about 5 hours away now, 5 hours and 40 minutes in fact. But by the time this video goes out, it's probably going to be 3 hours to this stream. So Falco Gurgis is joining me for a live stream Q&A on the channel. So if you have any questions, especially real technical ones, come onto the stream, say hello, ask your questions. If you want to get into Dreamcast development and you want some tips, come and ask the guy, and hopefully he'll show us some of his latest works as well. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I hope to see many of you guys there participating. Hopefully see you all day, and a special thank you out to Falco for agreeing to come to the channel to do this interview. Let's talk a little bit about this. So this is something that's upcoming, and it's the Irem Collection Volume 3. And I have actually been given a code for the Switch version, but I haven't had a chance to do a video yet because the FPGA gaming side always takes priority. But I will be doing a separate video on that. I have tried it out. I've installed it on my Switch too. I played it while lying in bed, and for the whole part, it feels really, really good. So it has Dragon Breed on there. It has Mr. Heli, also known as Battle Chopper, and Mystic Riders. It has 3 games on there. You can get physical versions of this game for the collectors out there if that's what you want, but this is the version that I've got. I've got the Nintendo Switch version. It's taken me to the American site for some reason. I've obviously got the European one, and it's currently available to pre-order, releasing on the 1st of July. Hopefully during the week when I get a chance and the FPGA gaming side slows down, I'll do a dedicated video on this because I do like these games. Every single one of them. I played Dragon Breed a lot, and let me slow down a bit. I played Dragon Breed a lot in the arcade. Mr. Heli is something I played on a PC Engine, and Mystic Riders is something I played years later when the MiSTer core for the Irem, is it M92? I think it's an M92 game, got released. I've played all 3 of these games, and I like all 3 of these games, and it feels like a great collection. I will do a dedicated video on this, having a look at all the features that are available. For anyone out there that wants some merch, you want some clothing to wear to show everyone you like Toplan and you like retro gaming, like the cool kids, but better than the cool kids because we're going a little bit underground. I'll leave a link to this page, but I've opened tabs for each individual item, and man, this stuff, it just looks really, really good. Am I going to wear it? I probably won't because I'm a little bit of a skinflint and I don't want to spend my money on this now, but wow, I'm tempted by that, man. I love Outzone. Look how good that t-shirt is. Great soundtrack, by the way, guys. If you ever play Outzone, Tiger Heli, right? That is Tiger Heli. What else we got? Just a nice Toplan hoodie. Again, great looking stuff. Just gonna flick through them here. Okay, Dogyun. It's fantastic. Good looking stuff. Good looking stuff. Ooh, Snow Brothers, one of my favorite games. Nice looking t-shirt out there. Again, fantastic stuff. Nice to see this stuff. And if you want to get any of this, guys, I'll leave a link to the main page, which is this one, in the description of the video. You can get yourself some cool garments. Okay, so I like the look of this game, Chronicles of the Wolf. It's a Metroidvania, and it came out a few days ago. And the reason that I like it, guys, I'm not the only one thinking this, but I kind of get Castlevania, Circle of the Moon vibes about this, right? I almost said Chronicles of the Moon because the word Chronicles up there. But yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. Hopefully I'll pick a copy. Look at that, a secret, a wall we just smashed there. Absolutely fantastic. So I haven't played this yet, so I can't give you my verdict on it, but just looking at it, and it's received positive reviews. I like the inventory screen as well. Very, very Castlevania looking. Looks really, really good. Has a cool title as well, and it's going to have wolves in it, right? Chronicles of the Wolf. Just looks great. Look at that boss fight over there. Well, boss fights actually plural there. So again, looks good. Looks very, very true to Castlevania and stuff. Looks like an interesting game, and the way your character looks, it definitely reminds me of Circle of the Moon more than any other games. Wow, did you see that wolf in the background there? Just looks superb. Time extension. a site that I like to visit a lot. I feel like they cover a lot of the stuff that's happening in the retro gaming scene, so a good place to get information from. So this one here, Bounty Sisters, a promising new shoot 'em up from ex-Twin-B and Gradius devs. Like, I like Twin-B, but I love the Gradius games, right? So you kind of have to pay attention to this. And looking at this article, I'll leave a link to this article if you want to check it out for yourself. Again, it looks really, really cool. Definitely getting more Twin-B vibes here than Gradius, but again, absolutely brilliant to see this stuff here. So let's flick it in a little bit. Let's see if we can see some gameplay. Yeah, guys, I'm hearing the bells and whistles. Are you hearing the bells and whistles? I'm kind of hearing bells and whistles. So this will be one to keep an eye out for. No doubt it's coming out for modern devices. And I know I'm a sucker for it. I'm kind of into the Switch too. So whereas sometimes I used to buy games on the PC, and I should really buy them on the PC because I'll have backwards compatibility for those 10, 20 years from now. But yeah, I'm buying some stuff for the Switch too. So yeah, maybe I'll grab this for the Switch too when it comes out. Again, looks like a good shmup, so something to keep an eye on. Bounty Sisters. Analogue, thank you for the tag. I kind of didn't know about this, but I don't know if I wanted to cover it, and I'll tell you why, guys. Like, okay, Animal Crossing is good. It's a good game. My daughter, you know, she's not the... Actually, no, she is quite the gamer. She's focusing on studies now, but she plays a lot of games. I only got her the Switch. Well, I offered her the Switch many times, but she only got it when she wanted to play Animal Crossing. Now, guys, I played Animal Crossing on the original DS. And then I realized I was spending too much time playing games when I could have been playing Street Fighter. I could have been playing something else. And then I realized, why the heck am I picking weeds? Why am I picking up litter? Can you pick up litter in there? I can't remember. Why am I chopping trees? Why am I trying to link up with someone else that has, I don't know, peaches in their town and I have like cherries? And why is a computer character angry at me because I didn't meet him at 9 o'clock when I didn't save prop? And I was like, what the heck am I doing? Since that day, guys, I will never play another Animal Crossing game until I die. Sorry, this segment isn't about this. Animal Crossing has been decompiled for the GameCube, so we may get a native PC port. Am I going to play it? No way, man, never. But it's important news for preservation. Now, what I do want to come out as a decomp is Star Wars. Was it Rogue Squadron T? Rebel Leader? Rebel Assault? What's it called? You know, the first one on the GameCube. I think it's called, is it Rebel Assault? Yeah, whatever it's called. The first one for the GameCube. That's one of my favorite games of all time. I'd love to get a PC recomp of that one. I mean, I've got a version on Steam. That's the N64 one. I have the N64 version to play on the MiSTer FPGA. But I'd love like a decompilation and PC ports of all those Star Wars Rogue Squadron games. But yeah, I know this will make many people happy. Honestly, like, my warning to you, don't play Animal Crossing. You end up spending ages playing it and then you realize, what the heck am I doing? I could actually go in my own back garden and actually pick some weeds and do some real work. So guys, that about wraps it up for this week's episode. I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then a subscription and a like is always super duper appreciated. Have a great week, have a great weekend. Be freaking awesome to one another, guys. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.